Thank you for tuning in to MMA Alchemy with Jay Pick, where we break down the elements of the fight science. Please give us a like, click the subscribe button to show us some love here on our show. Man, what a show we have for you today. We have Bellator ring card girl SOPHIA joining us. So stay with us as she shares her experience from Bellator 290 in Inglewood, California. Bellator made an explosive CBS debut, and we're going to be featuring ring card girl SOPHIA today. So thank you again for joining us. She is a Bellator ring card girl. She is local to New London County, and she has just signed a contract with Bellator. Get her experience from Bellator 290. So just want to ask her a couple quick questions, but thank you for joining us, SOPHIA, and giving us your time. So what was your experience like going to Bellator 290 out in California this past weekend?
Oh, wow. That was a crazy experience. Well, that was my first travel with them. So they flew me out. I left from Bradley. I went and stopped at Atlanta, and I got to LA. And as soon as I got to the hotel, it was just like game on, like business trip. We got to work. We have a lot to do. Fighters coming in and out. But it was fun. The first night, like I was there, was Thursday. I think all the fighters got there earlier just because for weight and training and everything they had to do. So I got there Thursday because I had the weigh-ins on Friday. So it was pretty cool. I got there pretty late and everybody was having dinner. I got to like go to the restaurant bar, hang out with everybody, network a little bit. Friday, woke up, got ready immediately. We had weigh-ins, did that. That's usually like 30 minutes. Then pictures, talk to people, everything. And then I got to leave and explore LA a little bit, which is a funny story. I actually made it on Conor McGregor's story and all this stuff.
Oh, wow.
I'll get to that. And then Saturday was just all day getting ready for the fight. Just all of us training. They were training. I was in the gym. I had my makeup artist, all that. And then Saturday was just game time. Drivers bringing us back and forth. It was crazy. It was so crazy.
So does Bellator provide you with like a lot of amenities to help support what you're doing, or are those things that you have to do for yourself?
No, they take care of me. They fly me out. They take care of my hotel. They take care of my food. Pretty much the whole thing. They take care of everything for me. So,
okay, that's
I
pretty.
have a driver.
Ooh.
I had a dressing room that they threw me in. So
what does that treatment feel like? Pretty good?
Yeah, I felt like I was like famous, and I'm like, what the hell? I'm just from New London. Like, I don't know what this is. I don't know what's going on. So, but it's a legit. This is a serious brand, like a serious business. Nothing that I've ever worked for. I've always done like local brands, local fighting. So this is like, it's like UFC Bellator together, you know?
Yeah. So I would say definitely like Bellator is probably a close second to UFC. A lot of the same fighters have shared the octagon. We've seen, our local hero here would be Brennan Ward. We talked a little bit about him, and he's one of those fighters that's probably capable of fighting in the UFC as well. But tell us about, so what other leagues have you been a part of for doing the ring cards and things of that nature?
So years ago, I'm like maybe 7 years. I'm 30 now, so I was like maybe 22 where I got scouted and I did fights for CES. So CES has MMA and boxing. They're out of Rhode Island.
Yeah.
So I did a few, like a boxing fight with them, and then I've done a few MMA with them, and then they came out to Hartford. I did a fight out there. DeBella Entertainment's boxing from Providence, Rhode Island. I did a fight for them at Foxwoods. So really it was CES kind of mainly was my main place. I also was always asked to do like the Muay Thai fights at Foxwoods, but I just was strictly like, no, I like MMA. Like that's my thing. It's just different vibe, different crowd.
Yeah. So you obviously, have been watching it for some time now. Like you said, about 7 years.
Yeah.
And you're starting to probably catch on to the different styles of fighting. MMA being different than boxing. You have the kicks, you have the submissions, you have the jiu-jitsu, the elbows,
wrestling,
which is a big part of it. So you're starting to understand the science a little bit, and that's what we talk about here on the show a lot. Now, how did the whole thing with Bellator come together? So I know it's a big organization, but what actually happened? Like when did things click when you were like, okay, this is it? You know, I'm gonna go work for Bellator.
It's kind of crazy. Like, I really did manifest the shit out of this. It's real. I don't care what anyone says. I was like so laser zoned about this.
Yeah.
So I worked for CES, right? I worked at Foxwoods. I was in the nightclub life, whatever. So I was always like very like shows, this, that, things were going on.
Yeah.
Freaking COVID hits. And now I'm like not working in the casino. No fights are happening. And that was like a while. And then people who may not know me, I don't know, but I own a pizza restaurant in Connecticut.
And what is that called?
Family Pizza in Nyack. It's a Greek pizza restaurant in
Ah,
Connecticut. So I bought it with my mom. It used to be my uncle's, and so I ended up buying a business.
yeah.
So now I'm like running a business. I'm not in the casino anymore. COVID's happening, and there's no fights. So I just feel like I went through it a little bit, like where I'm like, oh my God, what happened to my life? Like I used to do all these fun things, and then last year something clicked, and I was like, I don't want to go back to the casino because obviously I have to run my business, but like I need something that that I like to do, and I was like, I need to go back to being a ring girl. Like this is my thing, and I was like, and I don't want to do it what I've done. I want to like go big or go home, and I was like, Bellator, like that's the big guys. I got to get in that. So I just
And
started. What was that?
I was just gonna say, and it's nice that locally, like our casinos have
Yeah,
Bellator venues,
yeah.
you know, as opposed to like a lot of the UFC is like New York, Vegas,
Hmm.
out west, but we actually have Bellator right here at Mohegan Sun Casino.
Right.
So go ahead.
I wanted to get in that because I know they're on TV. They really represent their brand. So like the models, like the ring girls, are a big deal. They're a big deal for UFC and Bellator. Like we're a face, you know what I mean? So like people like us, they want to come see us, and I was like, this is the shit that I need in my life. So um, I just started like writing it like this is what I want, this is what I want, this is my goal. And then anyone that I knew that was in the industry, like that I saw, whether they came into my restaurant or worked at Mohegan or whatever, I said something to them. I was like, hey, just so you know, like I want to work for Bellator. Do you know anybody? Do you know anybody? Do you know anybody? And then finally I found someone that got an email from somebody that they knew, got the email, message, emailed my manager that I have now, Megan, and she wanted me to send a video, my Instagram photos, all that, why I want to work for them. And I did. And I got hired last February. So
Man,
it's
that
been a
is,
year. It took me a year to get signed, but I worked like I was supposed to work 4 shows,
yeah,
but one of them felt, I didn't finish my vaccine, but I'm fully vaxxed now. But I had, that's when it was strict. I mean, it was a year ago. COVID was crazy.
yeah.
And so I ended up working the June, the December, and then my third one was in LA. So
Wow, that is so awesome. That what an
yeah.
inspiring story, you know, that you manifested and you kept going after it because, you know, people need to hear that stuff, you know, because if you fail once, you
Hmm.
fall down one time, you know, you got to get back up, you got to keep trying. You can't just get knocked down once and stay down. You know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah.
it didn't just happen, you know, at the snap of your fingers. Like you had to constantly work and network and manifest and
I
meet
wanted
people.
it. I
You
wanted it.
wanted it.
And I believed in myself. I was like, I can do this. Like, there's no way. And, I had people in my ear. They were like, oh, competition, LA, like this down. I was like, I don't give a shit. Like, I know I can do this. I have the resume. This is what I like to do. This is my thing. Like, I'm getting in here. And
Yeah.
also, like, CES started having fights again. And, like, I reached out and they weren't really booking me. And I was kind of salty. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie, I was salty about it because I was like, what's going on here? And they had like the Rhode Island girls or whatever. And then like, look what happened. I got bigger, better, and I'm on TV. I was on CBS this weekend. So it's just like, I
Oh,
wanted it and I freaking fought for it and I'm here. So
well, we're so proud of you here in New London County.
thank you.
I just want to ask you, so like, I know you've been part of CES, you know, you've been to the casinos, but this was the first Bellator fight on CBS network. So
Yeah.
this was huge.
I think
And
they've been on it before, maybe a few years ago. But now
okay,
this is them coming back after a few years. So
this was like, it felt like a major kickoff with
it
CBS
was,
and they
yeah.
promoted, I think, a little heavier.
Mhm.
What did that energy feel like? It was, what was it called? The Kia
Yeah,
Forum? Or,
yeah, Inglewood, California.
so when you went to those weigh-ins and you were standing up on the stage and the fighters were coming out and the crowd was out there and the press was there. Like, what did that energy feel like?
Oh my
Can you
God.
explain it?
Yeah, it was crazy. Like I literally, like they walked me in this room. I had like 5-10 minutes, and I never seen so many cameras, media, people, interviews. I was like, oh my God, what the hell did I just sign up for? Because like I don't know. It's weird, and I get through it and I do so well, but like that is the one thing that makes me nervous as hell. Like it is like hell for me. Like because you
Yeah.
stand there, I have to stand there like a statue, and there's so many people. But like for CBS, there was like 20 times more cameras than I ever done at Mohegan with Showtime. Like it
So there's
was,
a lot more pressure there.
yeah, and it's LA. There was a lot of people. They had like it roped with all the people watching, and then all the cameras. There's like a million people with their iPhones that were in the media. So
Yeah.
I got on the stage and I was like, oh my God, I don't think I'm gonna get through this one. And then I was like, I have to, but I don't think I am. But they have this guy, Burt Watson. Some people
Yeah.
might know who he is. He's on stage. He's screaming all night long, all night long. It's a fight, baby. Him being next to me just takes all the nerves away because he's so funny and he's so loud.
Yeah.
He took it away from me, and he was like, he looked at me and he was like, "We're doing this," and we did it. And it's a vibe. Like there's so many people. It's
That's
crazy.
awesome. Did you see anything crazy? So you were there doing your thing, smiling, did you see anything like crazy that stood out to you where you were like, oh my God, like, did I just see that while you were up on the stage or like while you were around the fighters and everything?
There was one. I thought Brendan for sure was going to get in a fight at the weigh-ins. I wasn't really sure like what their deal was, but
Yeah.
I actually liked the way it went. It was pretty cool how they were like sportsmanship. I really thought he was going to get in a fight, but the only one that I noticed was the Gracie kid. He was talking shit. Yeah, he was
Neat and
talking shit
Gracie.
on the stage. So I was like, oh shit. Like, are they gonna? I gotta move because I have to just get out of the way. No one's gonna help me. So that's the only guy that I was like, oh no, they might, and they ended up doing. But he was giving him the stare down, like, and talking shit. So
it was about to go down.
it didn't though.
Yep, just run off the stage. What would you say? Obviously, would you say that was probably your best venue, your favorite venue that you've been a part of? Or was there another one that you remember?
Okay, I really like Mohegan Sun because it's my home, so it's like my people are there. I felt like the crowd is just insane there. Like people kind of know who I am. So I love doing it at Mohegan.
Mm-hmm.
But going to like Hollywood, like California, that was a crazy experience that like I need to be doing. But Mohegan is my favorite for now because like the crowd is just so crazy there, and everyone was cheering for me, and people I didn't even know, but like people that I did know, my whole family, everybody was there, my friends. So
yeah, it's a little different. Like some people were supporting you on TV, just watching you and texting you, but to have the people there in the crowd is different. And I think Brennan Ward would probably say the same thing.
Yeah.
Him being from New London County as well. I know he sells out Mohegan Sun all the time for his Bellator fights, and he has a big support system. So
he does in Cali too, though. They love him. Oh yeah, because like he's been there so many times, Huntington Beach, and all. He has a big following in California.
Because doesn't he surf and skateboards and all that stuff?
Yeah. So he likes it there, but I think we both agree that Mohegan's just different for us.
So do you have a favorite fighter? Somebody that you like watching?
I can't say that I have a favorite fighter because I just see the work that goes into it, and I just feel like they're all amazing. For me, they're all amazing because they're going in that cage.
Just to get in there.
Yeah, like I just think they're all amazing. Like they're all cutting weight. They're all working their asses off in the gym. They're all, nervous as hell. They're all being watched by millions of people in a cage, like fighting each other. I just feel like every fighter to me is just like,
isn't it crazy? It's crazy. Like
yeah.
I've sat front row to a couple fights, and I know that's where your seat is. So you're right up next to the cage.
Yeah.
And you probably see the sweat, the blood, you see the talk, the corner men talking on the side. What is that experience like to be sitting cage side and kind of, being right there in the action? I mean, I know the seat itself kind of stinks because you got to look through the cage.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's a big thing, but what is it like being up there kind of in that environment?
I mean, you can see everything. Like I can see like the blood splatter. Like a few experiences when I was young was like, and it was the women too, which is crazy. It was women fighters. Like
Yeah.
there was one time where I smelled the blood and I was like, oh no, like I can't be sitting here like this. Like it was crazy. And then like even the last fight, like Brennan's, for example, I was seeing this kid was blonde that he fought. By the end of the fight, he had red hair.
Oh my
Like,
God.
that's how much I could see, like, the blood, and I just see the scratches, but I can hear it loud when they get kicked. It's wild. I can see what's going on, and, there's a lot of times that I have to, like, close my eyes or I'm like, "Oh, shit," like, that just happened.
It's real. You know,
Yeah,
it's getting real in the
you
ring.
can see them. You can see them too in the gate. I can see, like, I could see them looking out at the crowd, like, while they're, like, doing a chokehold or something.
Yeah.
And like they're listening to the other components coaches.
Yeah.
Like I can see that they're looking out and they're like, oh god, I can see they're exhausted. Honestly, they're so tired.
Yeah. So
I
you
know
could see the emotions, you can see the
oh yeah,
tiredness, the
yeah,
fatigue. You know, you could even see it on TV, like when Brennan got kicked, you know, in his leg in the beginning, and
yeah.
then he took a nice shot, and you could see how he kind of deflated a little bit. And
Hmm.
at that point, it's like sink or swim. And Brennan pulled himself together.
I saw it with my own
And
eyes.
did you
Yeah.
feel that? I think
I
the whole,
literally saw him like look out. Like I said, he was looking at his judge and then he was looking at all of us. And all of a sudden, I just saw a light switch and I saw the Hulk come out after he took a minute to just like hold this guy and like be on the cage. I just saw like the Hulk come out. It was insane. Like he just
yeah,
rampage and I saw it all happening because he was on the cage part. So it was
yeah,
crazy.
that is crazy.
Yeah.
So earlier you talked about you got signed with Bellator, so you got a contract with them. Are there any things in the contract like that there's like, you know, unwritten rules or things about your appearance or other stipulations that they put on you, you know, as being a part of Bellator?
Well, I think it's like any other company, you're representing a brand
Hmm.
that's really high up. So you just, don't do anything stupid. Don't make yourself look stupid. I actually didn't even get my contract yet. I got signed today, so like I'm actually still waiting for it
Hmm.
to go through all that legal stuff, whatever. But I mean, I know what to expect. You have to be hair and makeup done. I'm in the gym 5, 6 days a week
Hmm.
because I'm in this industry. I don't make a fool of myself. I don't get drunk. I don't go out like that. Like this is business to me. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
like you have to have a personality. You have to have a personality. You need to talk to fans. You need to take pictures. You need to be like loud. Like I throw t-shirts and stuff in the crowd and stuff. And
Yeah.
like I mess with the crowd. Like I'm like, I want to hear it louder. Like you have to just be engaged and social media is huge. Like I like out in LA, like all I was doing was like social media.
Hmm.
And I know like once now that I'm in and all that, I'm gonna be doing a lot more with Bellator social media. But like they were even saying to me, they were like, "It's so nice to have a ring girl with a personality." It's like crazy.
Yeah,
It
that
was,
is nice, you know, and you definitely have a great personality. Now, how can the
thanks.
fans, if they want to follow you on social media,
Mhm.
how can they do that? So, do you have like Instagram, Facebook? What
Yeah.
platforms do you use, and how can they find you on there if they want to follow you?
So I have Instagram, and it's my name, Sophia, SOPHIA _Halidis. It's hard to spell, but it's HALIDIS. And
Yep.
then same for my Facebook, Sophia Halidis. And then my TikTok is Sophia H411. And I've been doing a lot of like behind the scenes, my travel with Bellator, and I'm uploading all those kinds of videos, like behind the scenes stuff on my TikTok.
Well, I thank you so much for joining us today. We look
You.
forward to seeing you again. You're doing a great job. You're very inspirational,
Thank
and
you.
you know we'll following you. So, and the fans will be following you as well. So, much love to you. Keep up the good work, and we'll catch you at a fight sometime.
Right. Thanks, guys.
All right. See ya.